What is up, Nephilim? This is the Chig coming at you with another Diablo 3 build guide. Today we're going to be talking about the T16 version of the Zombie Bears build. But before we jump into that, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Anything you can do to help out the channel, it's greatly appreciated. And don't forget we're having a giveaway. As soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a copy of Diablo 4 or another video game of your choice. How you enter is by being a subscriber and by liking and commenting on the videos that it is mentioned. Every video you like and comment, you will be entered one time, so get them all. Get all the chances you can. Alright, so let's jump right into it. So we're using 5 pieces of the Helltooth set, and we're using 2 pieces of the Captain Crimson's and a Ring of the Royal Grandeur. So 2 set Helltooth. Enemies hit by your primary skills, Acid Cloud, Fire Bats, Zombie Charger, Zombie Dogs, Gargantuan, Grasp of the Dead, Piranhas, or Wall of Death are afflicted by necrosis, becoming slowed and taking weapon damage for 10 seconds. After applying necrosis to an enemy, you take 60% reduced damage for 10 seconds, which is huge. And then 6 set. After casting Wall of Death, gain 17,500% increased damage for 15 seconds to your primary skills, Acid Cloud, Fire Bats, Zombie Charger, Zombie Dogs, Gargantuan, Grasp of the Dead, Piranhas, and Wall of Death. So we're basically just using Grasp of the Dead and Zombie Bears in this build. It's all over the place and it's super fun. 3 set Captain Crimson's, 2 set cooldown of all skills and all resource costs by 20%. Huge on this, helps out a ton. 3 set damage dealt is increased by your percentage of cooldown reduction, and damage taken is reduced by your percentage cost reduction. If you were making this build, you would want CDR crit crit, so it'd be a little more helpful to you. We're using the Squirt's Necklace. While not taking damage, damage dealt is increased by up to 100%. Damage taken is increased by up to 50%. Orzakian Arm Guards, just for the move speed. These don't even have int on them. They're all over the place, but it's fine. Ring of Emptiness. You and your non-fetish pets deal extra damage to enemies affected by your Haunt or Locust Swarm. That'll come in handy in a second. Rochelle's Ring of Larceny. Gain movement speed for 4 seconds after fearing an enemy. That'll come in handy here in a second, and I'll tell you why. Scrimshaw reduces the mana cost of zombie chargers by 75% and increases the damage 7 times, so just literal multiplier. And Ursa's Trodden Effigy. Zombie chargers deal increased damage, and the Zombie Bears rune now summons 8 bears that travel further. Okay, so it does more damage and they go further and there's more bears. Okay, so the gems we're using cooldown in the hat, intelligence in all the gear. We're using Bane of the Trapped because we're going to be in melee range all the time, things are going to be slowed. We're using Boon of the Hoarder to pick up gold because we're going to have Infinity Toughness from Gold Wrap. And then Molten Wildebeest Gizzard to keep the shield up to keep Squirt's Necklace going. In the cube, we're using Wormwood to just keep Locust Swarm on everything to keep our Ring of Emptiness procced. We're using Gold Wrap for Infinity Toughness, and we're using Ring of Royal Grandeur to have the 6-piece and the 3-piece. So with Rochelle's Ring of Larceny, we're using Horrify. We're fearing things, so we can just because this gives us movement speed, and then Rochelle's Ring of Larceny gives us movement speed. We're just going to be going all over the place. Wall of Death, Commune with Spirits. You summon a circle on the ground. It debuffs the enemies. It's fine. We could probably switch that for something else. You know what? Let's go ahead and switch it. Let's switch it to Wall of Zombies. Makes it bigger and it deals more damage. Cool. Let's do it. Save. Bang. Look, we did it. Alright, so Wall of Zombies. Alright, so we've got Wall of Death, Wall of Zombies. Raise a wall of zombies 50 yards wide that blocks enemies and attacks them. All enemies in front of you are knocked back behind the wall, which is fine. Zombie Charger, this is the biggest damage. This is basically our only damage. It's fine. It's a cool looking spell. It one-shot stuff. It's amazing. Spirit Walk Severance. Leave your body. Zoom around. That's all that's for. Piranhas, Parinado. We can stack stuff up with that if we need to. Most of the time we don't need to. Slow Harvest, Slow Waste. So we are going to get buffs from this. We're going to get movement speed. So we're going to get 25% movement speed and 15% intelligence. So once we get that stacked up, we're going to be zooming around a little more. And we're going to have a little more DPS. Confidence Ritual, you deal 25% additional damage to enemies within 20 yards. We're going to be in melee range, may as well take advantage of it. Graven Justice, 1% of your maximum life and mana, and reduce the cooldown of all your skills by 1 second when an enemy dies within 20 yards. We're always going to be a melee. This is going to be keeping our cooldowns up. It's going to be great. Spirit Vessel, just in case we get one tapped. It does happen sometimes. And then Gruesome Feast. This is just going to give us mana and intelligence stacking up as we pick up health globes. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock out a rift so I can show you guys how this works. It's super easy. So the first thing you want to do, just to get rolling, find some mobs, zoom in, soul harvest, drop all of death, and then you just go. Because like, you just keep your buffs up, and then once you start picking up gold, you don't even have to stop. Just keep your buffs up, drop your wall of death, keep your movement speed stuff up when it pops up. Yeah, see, we're zooming around so fast we're lagging the game. For the most part, you hunt elites, but like, you also want to hit good density, so do what you can. That mob is standing in a weird spot. My bears aren't hitting him. Okay, well, that's strange. Yeah, so just make sure you're keeping your buffs up. That's the biggest thing for this build, is keep up your buffs. Otherwise, just keep running around. You can stutter step and drop bears, like, it's fine, just do whatever. Shielding mob, that's 2 in a row that had annoying things. So there you go. Like, you one-shot most stuff. If not, you know, you only got to hit it a couple of times, right? And like, you're zooming around, it's fun. You're just dunking. Basically, just hit your cooldowns as they come up. That's really all you got to do. And then bears. Cooldowns and bears. Cooldowns and bears. That's it, that's it, that's it. And in the meantime, you're just organizing and collecting, right? Like, that's all you gotta do. Keep your buffs up so you got all the movement speed. Oh my gosh, why did that music get so loud all of a sudden? Alright, we're getting rid of that time. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so we're just zooming around and getting the XP. And by XP, I mean the gold and the keys, because you don't really get XP for crap in 16s, but hey, we're doing it. It's fine. Yeah, so the zoomies. Yeah. And we didn't exactly get a good map, right? So this is a good demonstration of like how good it can be even with a bad map. So something to look forward to, something to look into. This isn't my preferred Helltooth build. I'll go over that at some point. But like, this one's just, it's chill and fun, and you don't really have to think, and you can just do whatever you want, really. As long as you're hitting your buttons, you don't even have to think. You can just hit your buttons as you're running around, and you're gonna delete everything because the bears are strong. Like, they just are. Like, well, as long as the positioning on them is right, they're strong. Anyway, like the video, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, all those things. Don't forget the giveaway, and I'll see you guys in the next one.